The Silent Princess and the Missing Crown. In a bright and peaceful kingdom where golden sunlight danced across tall towers and flower-filled gardens lived Princess Lila and her best friend, Prince Orion. Princess Lila was kind and gentle. She could not speak, but she shared her thoughts with beautiful drawings in graceful hand signs. Prince Orion was brave and curious. He could not hear, but he understood the world through careful watching and expressive gestures. Together, they were the perfect team. One morning, the castle buzzed with excitement. It was the day of the grand royal celebration when the king and queen would wear the most precious treasure in the kingdom, the golden crown. The crown sparkled with jewels of every color and was kept safely inside a velvet-lined box in the royal chamber. But when the royal guards opened the box, the crown was gone. "Missing!" the guards cried. The king looked worried. The queen gasped. The entire castle fell silent. Who could have taken the crown? Princess Lila and Prince Orion exchanged a determined look. They wanted to help. Lila quickly grabbed her notebook and sketched a picture of the crown, then drew a question mark. Orion nodded. The mystery had begun. The first clue. They hurried to the royal chamber. The velvet box was open. Lila carefully looked around the room. Then she noticed something. On the floor near the window were tiny muddy footprints. She pointed at them. Orion crouched down and followed the trail with his eyes. The footprints led toward the garden. Lila drew a small boot in her notebook. Orion added a question mark. Someone small had been here. The garden trail. The two friends followed the muddy footprints into the royal garden. Butterflies fluttered past them and flowers swayed gently in the breeze. But Lila stayed focused. She spotted something shiny near a bush. It was a tiny golden thread. She picked it up and showed Orion. He looked closely, then pointed toward the stables. The thread looked like it came from a royal cloth. Maybe someone had passed that way. The stable surprise. At the stables, the horses neighed softly as Lila and Orion entered. Everything seemed normal until Orion noticed a small ladder leaning against the wall. Lila tilted her head. Why would a ladder be there? She quickly drew a picture of a small person climbing. Orion's eyes widened. Whoever took the crown might have needed help reaching it. Just then, rustle, rustle. A sound came from behind a pile of hay. Lila and Orion slowly walked closer. They peeked behind the haystack and gasped. Hiding behind the hay was a young stable boy. He looked nervous and held something behind his back. Lila gently stepped forward and placed her hand over her heart. Orion smiled kindly. The boy slowly revealed what he was holding. It was the golden crown. But it wasn't damaged. It was carefully wrapped in a cloth. Lila looked surprised. Orion raised his eyebrows. Why would he take it? The boy hesitated, then pointed to the crown, and then to a small drawing on the wall. It was a simple picture of the crown and a smiling queen. Lila understood. The boy quickly grabbed a piece of charcoal and drew in the dirt. He drew the queen and then himself holding a crown and smiling proudly. Lila's eyes softened. He didn't steal the crown to be bad. He just wanted to pretend, to feel like part of the celebration. A kind solution. Princess Lila smiled warmly. She drew a new picture. In her notebook, she sketched the boy standing beside the king and queen wearing a small crown of his own. Prince Orion nodded excitedly. Then he took off his own small decorative pin and handed it to the boy, like a medal. The boy's face lit up. He carefully gave the golden crown back. Together, they returned to the royal hall. The king and queen were relieved. The crown was safe. Lila showed her drawings to explain everything. Orion used hand signs to share the story. The king smiled kindly. Instead of being angry, he knelt down to the boy. And that day, during the grand royal celebration, the boy was given a special place in the ceremony. He wore a small crown of flowers, and he smiled brighter than anyone. Princess Lila and Prince Orion looked at each other proudly. They had solved the mystery. Not with words, not with sound, but with understanding, kindness, and teamwork. The end. Subscribe for more magical adventures with Princess Lila and Prince Orion.